going on, everybody? I do this every single time. There we go. What's going on, everybody? Left Farm 73 here. Good to see y'all in here. What's going on? I think I want to answer this question for everybody. Since one person asked me, I thought it would be a good chat for the day. I want to say welcome, everybody. Happy, what is it, Saturday? Happy Saturday. Guava to everybody in the room. All right. I got a question, and they asked me, and to me, it's a very, very hard question to answer. But I said I'm gonna have fun with it. What's up, Patient Saint? Hey, Talisha Smith, how y'all doing? I'm gonna answer it. And matter of fact, I'm gonna ask y'all to chip in today. How you doing? Simple. How you doing? I'm gonna ask y'all to chip in today because I don't have all the answers. Hey, Frugal Gardener. Hey, C. Francis. And that is, someone asked me. Hey, Michelle. Someone asked me. Welcome everybody in the room. Come on in. Come on in. I can't wait to get to this because I don't know why I'm excited about it. Normally I don't answer this question, but I really want to get into it. So let's come on in, everybody. Okay. Here's the question. I will be closing on some, and I hope you don't mind. I'm not going to use any of your information for the person that asked me. I just want this scenario, okay? I will be closing on my land soon. I'm not going to tell nobody how many acres you got or anything. The person said they're going to be closing on their land, I think like this month, something like that. It was this month or next month, something like that. They're going to be closing on their land. They got a nice amount of acres that they've purchased. They purchased the land cash, so they won't have any, mortgage on the land. So they're asking me, number one, should they put an RV on the land, a camper, or a cabin like this? Or a tent. I forgot that. I left out the tent. Now, here's the funny part about all of that. I've literally done each and every last one. I want to get it. I want to get so deep into this. What we're going to be talking about is that decision plus the essentials, okay? Because I'm about to reach back out to them and tell them everything, but I thought it would be a fun video so they could probably watch this and get some information from y'all as well, okay? I stayed in a tent for, was it like 6 months, something like that, off and on. Of course, y'all know I'm not here all the time. I'm here part-time. But when I'm here for weeks on end. I stayed in a canvas, and I'm going to tell you the exact tent that I had. I had a canvas, what was that, 8x8 Kodiak cabin tent. And then I also had the porch included. So that was another like 8x8, with no floor. So it was a dirt floor out there, but that's where I stored all my stuff. It kind of made it into a little kitchen. Okay. Believe it or not, that tent stayed up for a year, over a year. Just fine. The tent did great. I'm not going to talk about it yet. I'm just going to tell everybody what I done stayed in, okay? Okay. Before I set up the Kodiak cabin tent, I brought my RV out here, which is still out here to this day. I will be honest with you. No, I'm not going to get there yet. I stayed in a 34-foot RV. Ooh, I'm so excited. I got so much to say. All right, I stayed in a 34-foot RV. Is it 34 or 38? I don't know what it is no more. And now I have a 12 by 32-foot cabin. So everybody, which one do you think that I think is better? I mean, it's so obvious, I'm sure. But which one do you think is better? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the ups and the downs, the pros and the cons of each. And then we're also going to talk about the essentials. Absolutely, Michelle. The cabin. I choose the cabin over the RV and the tent. Now everybody know the cabin is better. I don't even know why I asked y'all that, right? The cabin is the best choice. But which one, I'm going to see what y'all say about this. Put them in order. Which one would you choose? Would you choose? I started out the RV, the tent, and then the cabin. Pick 1, 2, and 3. Which one would you? Which one is first? Which one would you pick second? Or which one do you think I like the best? What's my second best and what's my least best? Which one do you think? I'm waiting. Which one do you think is my best, which is, okay, the cabin? Which one is number 2? And which one is my least favorite to stay in? Cabin is the best, right? Cabin, RV, tent. Patient Saint saying cabin, RV, tent. What do y'all think? What is the category? Okay, say Tina says cabin, RV, tent. Michelle says cabin, RV, tent. Wilson says cabin, RV, tent. Okay. Lil Ray says cabin, tent, RV. Okay. Talisha says cabin, tent, RV. Okay. Cabin, Gotcha says cabin, tent, RV. Freedom's Journey, cabin, tent, RV. Evelyn, cabin, RV, tent. Simply Simple says cabin, tent, even. Cabin, tent, even. What? Desi says cabin, RV, tent. From Home to Homestead says cabin, RV, tent. Rose says cabin first, RV second, tent last. Okay, I'm going to tell y'all from living truly, deeply personal experience. I'm going to say cabin, of course, is my first choice. My second choice, drum roll please. My second choice is a tent. My last choice on the planet is that RV. I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this for a second. I had the RV first, and then I stayed in the tent for a whole year, pretty much. I didn't go back in that RV. I haven't been in that RV to do anything in almost 2 years. That's why it's for sale right now. As soon as I put this starter on, I'm selling it. I went from the RV, then I set up the tent and started living in the tent. I never went back to the RV. Never, ever went back to the RV. I just went to the RV to get stuff. And, I didn't go back in there for anything, even though the RV had I forget how many BTUs, two air conditions on the roof, and I didn't go back in there for anything. After the tent, I got this cabin put over here. And I'm going to tell you why. I got reasons for this. Even though that RV seems like it's better because it's sturdy and it's solid, man, it's so many factors to that RV that you just it will be hard for me to explain. um, the tent breathed. The tent could breathe. And I know you don't, you think in the wintertime that's the last thing that you want is cold air, or your tent, or the shelter that you're in. You think the last thing that you want is for your shelter to be able to breathe. That's the first thing you want. For the moisture, the condensation, and believe it or not, the smallest wood stove will heat that tent up so strong it'll run you out of there. In my RV, let me see, who's this? Let me put these on. Says RVs has too much upkeep and maintenance. Absolutely, absolutely. Uh, Tina says RV is cold in the winter and hot in the summer. Absolutely. And you want to know something else? You can leave that heat on in the RV. It didn't never warm up. It never really warms all the way up. I don't know why. I'm not a scientist or engineer. But that RV, if the only way the RV will heat up, you got to cut that furnace on. And you got to crank that furnace up high. Now remember, I'm not in the coldest area in the world, okay? But you got to crank that furnace up. Now you got to worry about, you better hope you have enough propane. Because no propane, no gain. If you don't have enough propane to run that furnace, you're screwed. So now you start talking about bringing in a buddy heater or a propane heater inside of that dwelling. Okay? You don't have as much space inside that RV. And remember, I got a slide out too. Even with the slide out, you don't have as much walk around space inside that RV as you do in this cabin or that tent, right? So having your buddy heater real close to couches and real close to other things is dangerous, you know? So if you have an electric heat, now, oh, that's something else. If that buddy heater tip over, it does have a shutoff switch, okay? It does. But it sure is way too close for comfort to everything for me. That's why I try my hardest not to run that buddy heater, and especially when I'm asleep. In here, I can run my buddy heater when I'm asleep. I can run my propane heater when I'm asleep. But in that RV, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And running electric, you already know, if you don't got enough power stored up in your batteries and stuff, electric is rough. That's why it was good with the EcoFlow Wave. There was the half air conditioning, half heater. That worked pretty good if you use it in one room because it don't use that much electricity when you hook it to the DC cord. Okay, the tent, I could use the buddy heater. I could use my wood stove. I could use whatever I wanted. And believe it or not, you would think that all the heat would leave up out of that tent. That is not the case. If you buy a quality canvas tent, it's not going to be like what you buy a little Walmart tent. It don't work that way. If you buy a real true thick canvas tent, something like a Kodiak or a Spring Bar or a White Duck or even a Vivor, those are pretty decent too. The thickness on the tent. If you buy one of those, man, you ain't gonna worry about heat at all. Okay. This is what I want to get into. This is for the person that contacted me on this. All right. Y'all know now my categories and my levels of, hey, girl, well, Hudson, how you doing, sister? Y'all know the levels of which one I want first, which one would I stay in first. So if it were me, if I had a do-over, the first thing I would do, How would I rank my bug out trailer? Because that's a bug out trailer. That ain't for this. That ain't for this. This is for staying in temporary, long term. That ain't for this. Okay. So that's why I didn't put that in the lineup. I'm trying to show people things that's realistic. Okay. Staying in a bug out trailer for a year in a 5x8 is not logical. All right. It's not logical at all. It's doable. It's not logical. Okay. Because I want to talk about some of the things that you do when you purchase that land. Some of the things that there are several different categories of people that I want to talk about too. Ooh, y'all got me all excited for the Slim Jim. Okay. I will say this, y'all. If I had do-overs, the first thing, hey Sylvia, the first thing I would do is purchase a cabin. I wouldn't get an RV, none of that. Let me see. Say I would stay in the tent first. Absolutely, absolutely. You read my mind. Talisha, get out of my head. I am going to tell y'all right now. Say I would stay in the tent first until I get the cabin up and running. My bad. Let me tell you something. Get out of my damn head, because that was exactly before I read your comment is what I was about to say. If you have never stayed off grid, I think you should stay in a canvas tent. I'm not playing, I'm serious. I think your family, whether you got a husband and a wife or children, all of y'all should stay in the biggest canvas tent that your money will allow you to. And I think you should stay in that cabin tent for at least 90 days. Sounds crazy, don't it? Sounds crazy. It's a reason for this. It's a reason for this. And the reason why I would suggest that you stay in a tent first, let me see here. Said did Tiny living in an RV trailer for 15 months. Loved the simplistic lifestyle and the economic benefits and great. However, at 55, I just felt I deserved more. So went back to normal living. Okay. Johnny says I would stay in a tent first. If I was a few years younger, a tent is not feasible for me. Okay, let's get off of that. Now, there's a reason why what y'all saying why you wouldn't stay in a tent or why you went back to normal life is the exact reason why I'm telling you you should stay in a freaking canvas tent for 90 days. Because you're going to find out which person you are. You're going to find out, staying in a tent, which category of off-grid living style person you really are. It's going to bring the best and the worst out of you. All of the truth is going, you can lie to yourself all you want to. You can lie and say you bought it, you bought this life. You can lie all you want to. You can tell everybody out there on social media and in your life, your friends and family, you can tell all of them anything you want to. You can lie till your teeth fall out your head. But I'm going to tell you something. That off-grid living will make you tell the truth. This off-grid living in a tent is like holy water, man. It will splash that holy water on your forehead, because I'm telling you, you're gonna quickly say, oh yeah, no, this is some bull. Or you're gonna be like, you know what? I kind of like being dirty. I can't make this up. Now, if you work a full-time job and you have to be to work every day, or you have a situation, hey G Quad, how you doing? See, I slept in my bug out trailer when I first moved off grid a couple months, then bought a one-bedroom trailer until I could build a house. See? Let me tell y'all something. It's a lot of people out here that's buying land, have no clue what they getting into. I watched a young lady. And I never seen her husband, but she speaks on her husband a lot. I watched this young lady. Hold on. Says true. I now live and love in my tiny home after roughing it out in my semi for years. Okay. Now this young lady is going out here. Her and her husband just purchased some land. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna keep my eyes on them to see when they land go up for sale. I'm gonna keep my eye out on them because I got a feeling that that's gonna be one of them rock bottom must sell pieces of land soon. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because the ideas that she talk about all the time is not realistic. Listen to me at all. I'm not laughing at the young lady. It's just funny because either she gonna let the world see herself crumble and that'll be content, or she gonna stop making videos. They just purchased the land and it's about to hit them in the junk. Because I promise you this. Everything she say to me, like not just to me, just period, is not realistic. Nothing about it. Nothing about it. If you go to work every day and you got to go get up go do a 95 anywhere. Let me see. That's going to be a challenge. Now, I will say this. Y'all know I'm retired. I'm semi-retired, I call it. I'm semi-retired. So it was easy for me because I didn't have to necessarily be anywhere at a certain time every day, every morning. So I really kind of got a good head start. Okay. I didn't have to go to work every single day. I could could I have done it? Absolutely I could have. Okay. Did I do it? No. Okay. So if you got to go to work each and every day, that's going to make it harder. That's going to make it harder. That's going to make this situation harder because it's a certain way you got to look when you go to work. And it's going to be a certain way that you got to smell when you got to go to work. I didn't have to worry about that. Okay? And here's another thing. Let's talk about essentials. Let me see. Here's another thing. Let's talk about essentials. G-Quad say, mess around and find out when you get off grid and everything is on you. Everything, and that's where we going. Essentials. Everybody that lives off grid right now, or you're partially on off grid, or you've had the experience. We're going to talk about essentials. First and foremost, y'all know you need shelter. You're going to need some sort of shelter. It don't matter whether it's a cabin, an RV, a tent, whatever. I'm going to pick the second most important essential. I ain't talking about things you want. I'm talking about things you need or you can't be out here. Okay? Water. Water. You need a shelter first. Hell, I will literally say go figure out where you gonna put your shelter at. But water really is number one. You need to be pumping some water. You need to be able to draw water from somewhere. It should be your very first essential, and then shelter. If I had to do it all over again, my first concentration would have been water. Water. If you don't have water, you won't be able to do anything. And it's going to make everything 5 times harder to accomplish. Washing up, staying hydrated, keeping things clean, so your housekeeping, cleanliness, your hydration is everything when you out in the middle of nowhere and it's burning, boiling hot. You can't have livestock yet. You can't grow a garden yet because it will fail. Trust me, ask me how I know. You can't just give your garden a little drink of water and let it go. You can't just give your chickens a little bit of water and let it go. You can't keep running back and forth to the nearest local store and keep bringing back water. I don't care how cheap water is. Let me put it to you like this. I'm just going to talk about one tank I got, a 350-gallon water tote. Between me and my livestock, we can go through that in about a week and a half. I will say a week. I will say a week. When my wife is here with me, definitely no more than 7 days. 350 gallons of water will be gone like that because I'm watering my livestock. My wife, ladies, come on, let's keep it real. Ladies, y'all need more water than the men do. If the ladies don't got the water, it's not gonna work. I'm telling you, if ladies don't have enough water for their daily womanly stuff, they ain't gonna make it. Matter of fact, if you want your first mutiny to be your wife, don't have enough water on your land. Listen, when my wife come out here, I always prep everything before my wife comes out here. Because when she come out here, she stay out here with me for a week or two, right? When she come out here, I make sure each and every water tank is filled. I make sure there's plenty of food, plenty of toilet paper, everything. I make sure, and I just listen, plenty of heat, plenty of cover, plenty of things that's going to keep her cool. So all I can say is I know some of y'all ladies is hardcore. I do. I know. I've seen y'all do it. But I'm telling you, y'all still need more resources than us men do, right? I mean it. So water is number one. I'm going to put shelter at number two. Shelter, and that's just out here, okay? Shelter, water. Okay. This is gonna sound a little crazy. You're gonna need, none of this is in order anymore. You're gonna need some form of refrigeration. You need y'all better get a piece of paper and a pencil and write this stuff down. Yes, I'm helping the ladies because, man, I got a wife and I know when she start getting irritated, okay? If it's not enough of X, Y, or Z, She ready to go, and I want her with me, so I gotta make sure at all time it's enough of little simple thing. Can I tell y'all the truth? True story. True story. Me and my wife was out here for a week. She was here with me like around New Year's for a week. She had a little cough in her throat, and she was like, we don't got no cough drops." I had a whole first aid kit full of stuff that you don't necessarily need. You don't need a cough drop. I had cough drops. She couldn't believe it. I had 2 bags of cough drops, right? You know what? Every time my wife asked me for something, boom, I had it. Everything she needed, boom, I need some bobby pins. Boom, I got it. I need a safety pin. Boom, I got it. Everything she needed. I forgot my toothbrush. I need a boom, I got extra toothbrushes. I can't make this up, and I'll show it to you if I have to. The only thing she forgot is her bonnet that she sleep in, right? Guess what? I said, "Baby, I'm going to have you a bonnet next time you come out." As soon as I went back to town, I don't know the first thing about what the hell a bonnet is or do, okay? I don't know. I ain't never had the pleasure. But I know one time I overheard my wife talking about she'd like her bonnet to be that silky, double walled. I don't know what none of that mean, okay? But I went and looked on Amazon for a silk double walled bonnet. I guess it's supposed to pull your hair less. I don't know. I got that. I can go in there and get it right now. I made sure that's in the cabinet because I don't want to have her feeling uncomfortable. This is our house. I don't want her feeling uncomfortable or she feeling put out about anything, right? Nothing. Nothing. So, okay. I'm going to tell you one more that we're going to do a Lead Farmer field trip in a minute because I want to show you something that I just started working on. You have a toilet, right? You're going to have a composting toilet before you have a septic system put in, right? That is essential. You need somewhere to poop and to pee. Period. See, before we get into all the other stuff, man, you need somewhere to poop and to pee. Ooh, that's the 3 P's. You need somewhere to poop and to pee in privacy. I don't care how long you've been married. I don't care how long or how much you love your husband or your wife. Man, wiping your butt is private. Some stuff you don't want to be looking back up at your wife while you cranking that soldier boy. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how much. Listen, I've been married for over 33 years. I don't want to sit here and be cranking it over, staring at her, telling her about my day. That's a few seconds of my life that I need to myself. It don't bother her one way or the other, and vice versa. But it's still, that pick your nose moment. Do you understand me? Don't pretend you don't pick your own boogers, because you do. I don't care how long you've been living with somebody, how much you love them. Wiping your butt and picking your nose is not part of the marital agreement. It's not. It's not. It say, till death do you part. Don't it? It say, till death do you part. It don't say nothing about watching somebody pick their boogers, and it don't say nothing about watching nobody wipe their butthole. It's not in the marital agreement. It's not in the Bible. Nothing. I frankly feel like those are a couple of things that can make your marital agreement null and void. You go to your lawyer, you about to get a divorce. So what are the terms of the divorce. Irreconcilable differences? No, no, it's not reconcilable. No, the reason we get he picking boogers and wiping his butt right here in front of me. The lawyer gonna say, "Ooh, that's rough. I think we should settle because this is a no-win situation. You're gonna lose everything on this one. Uh, can the two lawyers talk together? Cause can you give us a moment? Yeah, if you come to the judge and say, Judge, he won't stop wiping his butt and picking his nose right there while I'm in it. The judge gonna be like, listen, sell the house, boom. Sell everything y'all got. She gets 75% of the earnings. Sir, and I want to tell you, the judge will look over his glass. Sir, let me tell you something, sir. You're gross. Okay? You need therapy, sir. All right? Misled 75% of everything. Court adjourned. You're gross. Matter of fact, bailiff, give him 3 days in the hole. Just give him 3 days in the hole for doing that. So you understand what I'm saying? My point is, you need a place to poop, to pee in privacy. Don't leave out the privacy, because that's part of the pooping and the peeing, okay? So that's very important. And God forbid, you have a guest. It happens. I don't care how isolated you are. You will have somebody say, hey, man, I just came into town, man, wanted to see that land that you was talking about. Oh, I would love to show you the land. But you wouldn't happen to have a porta potty with you, would you? No, why would I? Yeah, we can't do that today. Yeah, because you pooping and peeing by yourself ain't the same as somebody else having to do it. Now, here's another one. Essential. You don't think this is essential, but it is. These things I'm naming off are essential. A shower. You need somewhere to wash your whole body privately. It don't seem like it's an essential situation. It is. You need somewhere to literally soak your entire frame and every crease and crevice of your body for at least 5 minutes. At least a 5-gallon bucket of it. And it's a reason for this. I know, because I always say, hey man, I do bird baths all the time. One thing I left out, I don't do no doggone bird bath when I've been out here working all day and I'm sweating and I smell like I need to be in that pig pen with the pigs. Ain't no bird bath about to fix that. Ain't no bird bath about to fix that, son. Everything need to get moistened up. What? Look, go stand out in the rain with a damn bottle of Dawn dish liquid if you have to. But I'm telling you this, every day, you don't have to do it every day, but when you out here and getting your life together, man, it's gonna be a time where you remember when we was kids and you been outside playing and stuff, and your mama done locked the front door like, Mom, I'm trying to get in. I gotta go pee. Go around the back. Don't come through my front. Don't come through my living room. Y'all out there smell like dogs and puppies. Come around the back door. When me and my sisters and brothers was outside playing, we was not allowed to come through the front, the living room. Can't. We stink too bad. We dirty, we stank. Y'all come around the back like we servants or something. Y'all come around the side door. So that's how you smell when you out here digging, you building, you removing, you tending to your livestock, man. You listen, I told y'all already, man. Don't make a mistake and stumble around and step on a pig turd. I don't know if you understand. Have you ever stepped on a human turd? No? I know that's kind of okay. If you've never stepped on a human turd, get some pigs. It's so big, it will embrace your shoes. You can't go nowhere after that. And look, for some reason, it may just be on your shoe, but it embodies your spirit. It's almost like now your soul stink a little bit for some reason. So it don't matter whether the shoe or the boot protected it, your spirit is filthy. Your soul is a little dirtier for some reason. You know, the feeling that you felt when you almost slipped and caught yourself in the Duke. Let's get back to the essentials, because you know I do this all day. You need water, man. You need a shower. So I'm going to show you this shower that I'm building this because several times that my wife has been here, um, you know, we bird bath in here, but man, I know her. I know her. She like a nice, good, and she got all that long hair and stuff. You know, she need to just bang it all out. So I know how long it take her to wash her hair and all of that. So you need that shower, man, especially if you're off grid. Man, nothing out here is clean. Nothing. Nothing. And preferably have it somewhere private. You understand? Because you don't know who's peeking through the woods at you. You don't know. I'm just saying. So that's essential. Your shower is essential. Now let's get to the other one. Refrigeration. Everybody keep thinking that you could just have some canned food and everything is good. You got some food in a jar you done canned up yourself, right? You think you gonna be good because you done jarred up some food, or you got a can of beans. If you cannot let that can of beans reach the high temperatures of the ambient outdoors, next thing you know, you're going to start getting beans cans swelling up, and then you're going to catch salmonella and stuff like that. You can't do it. The stuff that you canned up, put in jars, you can't do it. That stuff can't be getting in sunlight, nothing. Refrigeration is everything. If you don't have dry goods like I won't even say dehydrated food. If you have freeze dried food, if you have freeze dried food, fine, but it better be sealed tight because the moisture in the air had that stuff in there turning into something else. So refrigeration is key, and you don't have to have no big old house refrigerator. A DC refrigerator, like a EcoFlow DC refrigerator, a Boujar V DC refrigerator that takes, solar, man, do it. Do it. And that's the other thing about, man, don't be trying to make room for your jug of Kool-Aid or your Hawaiian punch. Man, it's essential. That refrigeration is essential space only. So I'm going to ask y'all right now. Oh my God, I almost left something out. Essential. You better have a way to heat your shelter. A way to heat your shelter. I almost left out another one. And then I'm going to let y'all go at it. You need a place to heat it. You need a place to lay your head. You ain't got to be going to bed, but you get tired. You get tired sometime. You need a place to lay your head. So you need a place to keep warm. You need a place to lay your head. You need a place to wash your tailbone. You need a place to poop and pee. Now, you need a place to eat. In that tiny home, these are things that you need to write down that you will need. Not that you want. These are things that's not an option. Like when you go in looking for a tiny home, every last thing I have mentioned so far need to be first and top on your list, because if you get a tiny home, you get your land and get your tiny home, and you don't have none of the things that I've named so far, you gonna kick yourself in the cheeks. You gonna be mad that you gonna feel like you screwed up everything. Period. Because here's the thing: as much as I would love to, you can't always cook outside. That's ideal. You should have some kind of way to cook outdoors. But it's not always feasible. It's not always logical, right? Sometimes you gotta cook indoors. You gotta do it indoors. If it's raining, snowing, storming, sleeting, wind is blowing like it is right now, crazy. You got to, man, you gotta take that inside. Now you discard your food and everything else outdoors, but sometimes you gotta eat in here, man. You got to. Okay? So I'm gonna give it to y'all. I'm gonna give y'all the floor. What say you? Let me get my all right. No, you don't want to draw the animals, but it's not realistic. You don't want to draw the animals, but sometimes you got to eat in here. Very carefully. But sometimes you got to eat in here. You just do. Okay. Marcus says, for a tiny home, I would suggest that people get a small sofa bed. That's what this couch did, it actually turned into a bed. That I had that before I had that bed over there. Marcus, yeah. It's small, versatile, and it can take care of several needs. Absolutely. That's what this couch is. It's hard as a rock, but that's why I won't get rid of it unless I can get another one. Because just in case family come out here, because you don't want to drive all the way here and then say, well, I'm going home. Okay. So what all do y'all what input do you have? What did I leave out? What did I leave out? Anybody else off grid? Oh, ooh. I'm gonna see if y'all say it first, cause y'all know I'm about to go in on something, and I don't want to talk too much longer. I'm giving y'all the floor. What did I leave out? A way to wash clothes? Absolutely, absolutely, and something efficient, Michelle. Absolutely, something efficient. 5-gallon bucket, firewood. Okay, That's Johnny. Good one. A way to get rid of trash. We got water, carry it. A way to get rid of trash. So you want a burn barrel somewhere. Uh, Jamaica says, I recently had to insulate the floor of the shed, and I wish I had done a better job in the ceilings and walls. Heat and air escape if you don't do that. That's true. G-Quad says, bug spray. You know something? G-Quad, I gotta give it to you. I don't care how people feel about it. If you out here without some kind of deep woods off on you, and let me tell y'all something. Maybe it's just me, but all that natural organic stuff don't work for me. Until you've seen ticks on your body, I don't want to hear about that organic stuff. People always say pulling up some organic stuff because they don't want to use the deep and all of that stuff. Let me tell you something. Okay, keep up with that until you start seeing ticks on your body. I tried that. It don't do what I want it to do. So G-Quad, absolutely, bug spray. Let me see. B-Bone says, I agree on the water thing. I'm looking for land now, and one of the biggest things, it's a water source on a near the land. Yes. Okay. Let me see. Many people might not be aware, but those those large 250-gallon water storage tanks are cheaper than the 55-gallon barrels. Just make sure they're clean. Absolutely. 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 Johnny, ticks are horrible. Yes, they are. And until you've seen one either crawling up your body or embedded in your skin, and you talk about some, oh, I only use juices and berries, and man, miss me. You know what else is up in that cabinet? Deep woods off. You know what's in my truck? Deep woods off. You know what's even up here with my food? Deep woods off. I'm not playing with that. It's not a joke, man. It's not a joke. That when you see stuff crawling on you that could do you some damage to your body for the rest of your life, don't play with that. Don't experiment on yourself. And I got a little puppy dog, her too. I don't let her just be running around all willy-nilly neither. Okay? Hey, Bayou Sugar, how you doing, sister? Listening in the bushes. Good, stay in there. Stay in there. Scoot over and let somebody else in the bushes with you. I want to show y'all something. This is a quick lead farmer field trip. I got 2 projects that I'm working on right now while the weather is nice. Let me see. Suzette said I would have to have all my hand tools. That's another one. That's essential. You need tools for the job. If you're going to be doing some digging, you need some shovels. If you're going to be doing some wrenching, you need some wrenches and some pliers. You need tools out here, y'all. That's a good one, Suzette. Adrian says, greedy, first aid kit and fire extinguisher. Absolutely. First aid, you can't be out here without no first aid. You don't do it. Scratches, cuts, and scrapes. Look at that. Let me see if you can see that. Yeah, look at that. Want to know where that came from? Not this, and this. Where do you think that came from, y'all? Don't even try to guess, because I don't know the answer. I don't freaking know. I came in a little over a week ago, and my wife said, baby, you bleeding. That was from here, right here. She said, what you been doing? You bleeding all over the place. I had to look, because I didn't even feel it. Ripped the meat off me. I don't know what I was out there doing. I really don't. I was like a little kid. I don't know. First aid. Because these little scratches, especially if you don't know where you got the scratch from, man, they get infected. I keep peroxide, alcohol, and iodine on steady. That's a good one. Carry it. You need your bang bang. You got to get them Glock wallers everywhere. You got to have it. You don't necessarily need the internet. That's not a necessity. Let me see. A weather radio is important. Yeah, I would say yes. Do you need a tractor? It only depends on what you plan on using a tractor for. It's not essential unless you doing things that require a tractor. Said, how about people who can't afford to own cows, goats, pigs, and horses? I don't understand the question. What do you mean, how about the people that can't afford them? I don't understand what that means. I don't, Josephine, maybe I'm misunderstanding your question. I don't know what that means. A backup cell phone. B-Bone says things that deter snakes, especially the fowl on the land. You know, if you can find something that actually works to deter snakes, I say yes. I haven't seen anything that actually really truly works yet. And I've tried a lot of stuff over the years. And not just at this land. I'm talking about at my house. Daniel says, ain't that crazy? That happens to me too. I jack myself up and don't even feel it. Don't even know. I'll be so focused on what I'm doing, I won't even know, man. Marcus says water storage pumps and actuator tank, and the hoses should be cycled once a week with a correctly measured dose of food grade hydrogen peroxide to keep algae and bacteria away, keep water clean. That's true. That's true. Wind up radio. Yeah, knowing your weather is important. That's very important. Very important. G Quad said, see, that's gonna be that G Quad. That's a question that I am going over to Gina versus Gina and ask her. I got a question I want to ask Gina versus Gina. Uh-huh. And matter of fact, I want to have a conversation with her about that, what you just said. That Mossy. Yeah. Absolutely though. You need your protection. You need the protection for your protection. Absolutely. Samantha, leather gloves and tarps ready to eat seeds. Gloves is essential. Absolutely. Leather gloves is especially. Absolutely. Tarps, absolutely. Cause ain't nothing worse than leaving some of your equipment out and you ain't got time to run it in when a storm hit. Go out there, throw a tarp on it, throw some bricks down, cover it up. Or your firewood. Oh my God, I don't know how many times I had to run out there in emergency and cover up my firewood because it's about to start pouring down raining. If your firewood gets wet, you will be cold that night. Trust and believe me. I'd rather myself get wet out in the storm than my firewood. I will run out there when it start raining, throw a tarp over my firewood, get some rocks, and put over. I can't. No, no. Absolutely. A tarp is essential. Good source of light, Nikki Walker. Absolutely. A flashlight, a headlamp, a lantern, a good source of light, something that projects the light out into the distance. Lanterns are good, but 12 o'clock and all is well, that shit don't always work, okay? It's great for seeing right here around you, but when you need to see what the hell that is over there staring at you in the woods, you need a nice, powerful flashlight. That lantern, if you holding a lantern over your head, 12 o'clock and all is well, all you're doing is making yourself a target. You can't see what's out there in the distance staring back at you, but you just made it so it can see you perfectly. You got just a normal old oil lantern or LED lantern, you trying to hold it up? No, you just made yourself a target. So, like, that's a good one. A good flashlight. Absolutely. Because it get black as night out here. Well, no, that's a stupid thing to say. You know what I mean, though. Let me go back here. Okay. That's right, Nikki. Josephine, I can't afford to own my own farm. I work 9 to 5, struggling to pay my bills. Oh, okay. I don't know what is you trying to say, Josephine? Because I don't know, maybe you just came in. We having a conversation about essentials, off-grid essentials. Maybe you didn't catch that. Flew away said, I wear my headlamp like a necklace. That's a good one. Yeah, it is hard out here, Josephine. Yes, it is. And that's why we're discussing this right here. Let me see, Marcus. Something that helps also is to keep organic food waste scraps in the freezer in a zip. You know what? If you got them, if you got a freezer, that's we talked about refrigeration. It keeps out the bugs and animals, absolutely. And you know what? I use only metal. What is that? Them galvanized metal garbage cans with the tight lids on them. If I got to take my trash out, I will take my trash out of here and take it out there every day. I don't care if I only got one piece of paper in it. Go out there and dump it in that big metal trash can. So if we do end up having a bear stroll through here, it's been known to happen. I wanted to go out there and mess with that metal garbage can first before it starts sniffing around my door, if you dig what I'm saying. So don't for one second think that we don't have bears. Nikki Walker, backup fuel, absolutely, absolutely. No matter what your fuel is, whether it's propane, gasoline, diesel, wood, all fuel, you always need to keep it up. Because I'm going to tell you this. One thing I do, hey man, if I got to go out here and chop some wood, I may have a day off and I ain't going to do nothing. Go chop some wood. Never stop chopping. If you have a wood burning fireplace that's essential to heat up your cabin, never stop chopping. Listen to me close. Never stop chopping. When you think you got enough and you got enough, a nice enough cords of wood, so what? Never stop chopping. Go chop some more. Because when you think you got enough, is right when you be like, damn, all of this got wet. Or damn, all of this got termites in it. Or damn, this over dried too much. Never stop chopping. Let me see. Let me see. Everybody got bears, Marcus, believe it or not. They just may not be prominent in most people's area, but everybody got bears, yes. Okay, says Led, realistically, how much is needed to build a cabin by yourself after buying land? Realistically, I don't know. I'm going to say this, though. It's not $10,000. If you purchase one of these cabins, you looking anywhere, depending on what you want inside of it, okay? This cost $10,000. No, I'm sorry, $9,000. This was $9,000. My daughter and my wife designed this, okay? I Let me tell you something else, because that's a good question. Um, Even if you're young, there's nothing wrong with building your own cabin. And I'm sure you may come out even or maybe a pinch cheaper, okay? Financially. Financially, you'll come out just a hair cheaper and you built it your way. Here's my problem with that. Even though you built it a hair cheaper at the price of lumber costs and hardware costs like screws, nails, roofing, all of that. Oh my God, the prices is just out of control. You got one more problem that makes your house even double the expense of just purchasing one, which is your time. Your time is everything. If you can go ahead and have a cabin knocked out and built up in 30 days and it's cheaper, okay. If you got the strength and the energy for that, great. Here's a problem I have with that. I don't have the time. Most people don't have that kind of time. The other part is, man, while you trying to build this thing, you got money leaking out your pocket. Then your family ain't really got nowhere to be at. You know, they out there in a tent or something, or in a camper or RV. And then here's the other thing. Everything you do is according to the weather. If it's about to be a windstorm, you can't be up there doing no roofing. If it's about to be a lightning storm, you can't be out there doing anything. And all that water that's going to keep on coming into your structure is going to cause some sort of structural damage. And if you buying this cheap lumber that they making today, it's going to warp your wood. It's going to throw off your measurements. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just talking about a realistic situation that happens that don't nobody talk about. You measured it yesterday and it was fine. Then it rained and you missed a day or two. And you go back out there and remeasure the structure that you was trying to measure, and it done warped over, shrunk, twisted, all of that because it got wet and then it got hot and then it got wet, then it got hot. If you have that kind of time to build your own structure, the only thing I can say that would be a good idea if you're thinking about that, don't try to do that by yourself. You don't got anything to prove. You understand? Once you purchase the land itself, your boasting days are over. You've purchased the land. Your bragging rights, leave it right there. Leave your bragging rights right there. Don't say, yeah, built my own cabin too, you know. Yeah. Man, so. But you spent all that time trying to build this raggedy cabin that something can mess around and tear it. Don't. Me personally, in 2026, at the price of hardware and lumber, I would just go purchase a cabin. If anything, I would go to one of these places that sell these cabins and sheds, and I would have one customized made for me. So let them do it. Yes, they gon' take a little chunk out your pocket. But man, your time that you saved by letting somebody else do that part of the game, priceless. Priceless. Everybody keeps saying, Led, you got all that lumber around you. It said depends on which state. Yep, I guess so. But you know something, Nat? I'm gonna tell you something else about that. Depending on which state, it's actually illegal to build your own home too. So it's a catch-22. In some states, it's illegal to build your own structure unless you have certain licenses, and you may have the certification to build the structure, but you don't have the right certification to plumb the structure, or you don't have the right certification to run electrical in the structure. So no matter what, you'll never be able to do it all yourself. And frankly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I really wouldn't want to live in a state that got that much control and power over me. I wouldn't want to live in a city or a township that has that much control over what I do. I wouldn't want to, I don't give a damn how beautiful, how much land it is. I wouldn't want nobody keep peeking over my shoulder every time I feel like doing something. That's like a governmental HOA to me. I wouldn't want that. You know? That is one thing. Okay, I almost bought land in Florida. Y'all know that several years back, I almost bought land in Florida. I kept going to Florida every 5 minutes. Y'all saw me down there a lot. Some of y'all watching me, we shook hands, okay? Some of us broke bread. We sat down and had dinner. Listen, I have found some land down there. That's why I kept saying, look, I got some land in Florida. I literally called it off. I had land and all I had to do was close. I lost money. I don't care. I don't care. I didn't call it off because I don't like Florida. I called it off for another reason. But I'll be honest with you. I'm so glad I called it off because Florida is not going to let me do anything that I'm allowed to do right here. Nothing. Listen, zero. So I'm good. I'm glad I didn't buy land in Florida. So, okay. Now, let me see. Let me see. So has anyone thought of doing a or having a manufactured home instead of a cabin, or is she? What's your take on that lead? Has anyone thought of doing or having a manufactured home instead of a cabin or a shed? Okay. Um, what's my thoughts on a, let me go back again. A manufactured home? I don't I don't okay, okay. I don't want a manufactured home. I know it sounds crazy. I don't want one. And I have reasons for, I have my own personal reasons for it. Now flew away, modular, I would invest in a modular home. I literally just watched a video today of the new standards of a modular home, completely different from anything we've ever seen. Just completely, totally different. I will buy a modular home in a heartbeat. And I'm not, there's a thin line, there's a thin line between what you could consider a modular home and what's the other one you said? And a manufactured home. There's a thin line between a manufactured home and a modular home. It used to be a thin line, but I just watched a video today of this real estate agent that I've been watching for years. Let me tell you something. They just changed everything. They've made it so if you live in a manufactured slash modular home, they've made certain stipulations where you can't consider that a modular home anymore. It's certain things you can't do no more. What they've been getting away with for a long time, because nobody used to know the difference between a modular home and a manufactured home because they're exactly the same, right? One might have 3 light switches, the other one got 2. Some dumb crap like that. They just changed all of that. All of the rules, that's out the window. Okay? So I watched a video literally this morning on the new modular homes. Hell yeah. You can't tell a modular home now. You can't tell a modular home from a stick-built home. You can't tell anymore. So absolutely, I would want a modular home. I wouldn't want a mobile home, not a mobile home, but a manufactured home. And this is one of the main reasons why it will not appreciate. And not only will it not appreciate over time, it will dilapidate. I don't care how nice you keep them. I've seen some old ones from the 50s. Man, they just look rough. I don't give a damn if they still got the fresh paint on them, still got everything original, crispy. They just look rough, man. They stand out and not in a good way. And it doesn't bring value to your home. It brings value on your taxes, but it don't bring value to your land. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't have anything personally against it when it comes to how they look. Because, man, I almost bought one. Me and my wife almost moved to Mississippi about, how old is my daughter? About 30 years ago, me and my wife almost moved to Mississippi with her family. And her grandfather gave us some land in Mississippi. And let me tell you something. I'll never forget this. We were going to purchase a mobile home, not a mobile home, what you call it? I keep getting them mixed up now. A manufactured home from a place called Fleetwood Homes in Mississippi. When I tell you inside of that double wide was drop dead gorgeous, beautiful, like you would have felt like a baller inside of it. They look great. They look great. I just know it don't take long for them to start creaking and bending and cracking and breaking and leaking and after a while you like, man, I could have just bought a shed. I have never in my life G-Quad manufactured depreciates modular is finished with the same stuck same as stick built. Right. So if you get the new modular homes, they appreciate just like a stick built home. So that I don't want my land and the structures on it to have any negative effects on my land. And I don't want to waste time doing that. So until we do something, this shed right here, this cabin, this is fine. I don't live here, so 24/7. So this is fine. But when I finally have a home built here, it'll probably end up being a modular home. And I'm gonna be honest with you too. A modular home, it's gonna be quicker to have it built. I won't have to wait 2 or 3 years before my house is done being built. They'll have that modular home in the ground shit in a week. If you go and drive past any neighborhood subdivision being built now, those are modular homes. They're coming on the truck with everything already together. And they just put the walls up, nail the walls together. Everything is already ready. That's why you see these subdivisions, they say breaking ground today and give them 60 to 90 days and you have about 50 to 100 families living in that mug. So, ain't no guessing, ain't no cutting or nothing. The prefabricated home. No guessing, no guesswork, no measuring. Man, everything is done right out the factory. So, yeah. I personally wouldn't want a manufactured home just for that reason alone. Do they look great? Absolutely, they look great. But I just wouldn't want. I know a lot of people knock me for that. You want to know something? Hey, guess what? I got a manufactured home out there right now. And people say, Led, why don't you just fix it up? I don't want that here. That's the haunted house. I just want to tear it down, man. I don't want that here. I wish I could give it away. I would literally give this mobile home away with everything in it. Let me see. If we're talking about homes, have you ever looked into steel frame construction homes? They come in a kit. What's your take on that? I don't have any one way or the other about it. I mean, I've heard of them, stick frame house. They make a lot of those not stick built, but steel framed and concrete construction homes for places like Florida. I mean, I don't feel one way or the other about it. What is that, D? Like a barn dominium? What's like a barn dominium? Sylvia said they're selling them in my neighborhood starting at 400,000. They include all appliances and are gorgeous inside. Absolutely. What state am I in right now? The state of shock. State of shock. So, I mean, I have a mobile home out here. Not a mobile home, but a manufactured home. I don't want it. I don't want to have anything to do with it. That's why I don't go in it. I don't want to get comfortable in there. I don't want to go in there and start saying, I could fix this up, move some stuff around. I want it gone. Say, Led, I've learned a lot from you over the years. Years ago, I started prepping. Now God has blessed me with 10 acres with a brick home on it. I'm so afraid to transition to the South because of you and Lady Led. I can do it. You know, let me answer this, and I'm gonna get back to that. Uh, Colette says you're right. You are right. Daughter had one built every time the wind blew hard. It creaks. The windows from the neighbor a house is melting off the house. Uh, the house is 8 years old. $250,000. Shake my head. Don't buy them. Absolutely, absolutely. Let me get back to this. Said you bought 10 acres with a brick home on it. I'm so afraid to transition to the south because of you and Lady Led. I could do it. Stephanie, let me tell you something. Um, and this could actually turn into a whole different conversation, but you know, transitioning to the south from the north, I'll say this. It's easier to transition from the north to the south than it is to go from the south to the north. It's reasons for that. They're personal, not personal. They're pretty much obvious, but it's personal. These are my opinions on that. Because everything is so calmer down here. Say transitioning down south was the best decision I ever made. It's too cold up north. Um, I gotta be honest with you. I love uh I was born and raised in the north. It's just, how can I put this? It's too many rules. It's too many things to know in the north. Like it's just entirely too many damn rules that you need to know. Like what color clothes you can and can't wear, and what block you can walk on and what block you can't. Um, it's a lot to know. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a lot to know. And then I'm not even gonna get on the weather because we'll be on here for a whole nother hour. No matter where you move from the north to the south, in my own opinion, of course, man, things are just calmer, man. I When I moved to Atlanta, Georgia, as busy as Atlanta, Georgia is, good Lord. Atlanta, Georgia, believe it or not, is not busier than my hometown in Toledo, Ohio. It's just my city was way smaller. But man, when I moved to Atlanta, Georgia, I thought I was in paradise. Believe it or not, in all of that traffic, I thought I was in paradise. But then I moved to the outskirts of Atlanta, Kennesaw, College Park, Decatur. I moved on all the outskirts, calm and cool. Then I moved to South Carolina. Man, this is why I think it's easier to move from the north to the south. Because everybody ain't living on top of everybody. In your business, you talking to you with their mouth. You know, people down here, and I've heard some derogatory stuff. Matter of fact, I just sent one dude to the cornfield because he said something like a slave mentality. Southerners got a slave mentality. That's because that came from an ignorant person that has never lived down here ever a day in their life. That's why I refuse. My whole family from the South. My daddy from Lexington, Kentucky, and my mama from Goldsboro, North Carolina. So I'm offended. You know what I'm saying? See, just because you ain't driving around in a car all day, bumping your music with flashy clothes on, flashy jewelry on, and trying to impress everybody, all of a sudden that makes you have a slave mentality. Because you want to grow a garden and feed your family for free, that gives you a slave mentality. Because you ain't in somebody else's business, that gives you a slave mentality. So I felt offended by what he said, because my whole lineage is from here. My whole family, my mama and my dad, I'm offended, mug. And that's what I say about living up north. You got to false flag so much, and you got to stay on guard so much. They say like, okay, it's racist in the South. It's racist in the North. It's just done different where it used to be. Yeah, these people down here don't like you. They tell you they don't like you by what kind of flags they got in their yard. Up north, it's the same thing. They just don't give you the job. They just don't approve your credit. They just won't let you get the house. They just won't let you get the car. But they won't tell you that they're doing it because of what you look like. So it's easier to come and move back to the South because everything down here is still fairly easy living, man. And everybody ain't in your damn business. Like, for instance, they say, oh, you can't do that up north. You can't build a house like that, or you can't just put a shed on your property and blah. That's some northern stuff, man. Down south, man, ain't nobody in your business. If ain't nobody living on top of you and around you, man, they like, man, what he doing back there ain't none of our business. Period. What he got going on in the middle of his woods ain't none of my damn business. Long as it don't spill over onto my land, I don't care what he doing. Up north, you can't do that. You and your wife get in an argument in the house and the police show up. You know why? Y'all arguing over the game. Your neighbor think you about to beat your wife head in. No, we just arguing over the damn Laker game. Next thing you know, police open up. Welfare check, welfare check. They coming in your business. So that's my opinion, okay? And I am a northerner. I ain't hating, I'm telling the truth. I was going to do a video earlier. We're going to get back on the subject here in a second. I was going to do a video earlier, and it was about, y'all better get the hell out of these cities. I was going to do it because I keep watching stuff, man. It's so much stuff going on in them cities, man. The shootings and the killings is just outrageous. And everybody want to blame the guns. It's not the guns, man. It's not the guns. It's not. It's the people. The people have lost their freaking mind, and everybody keep wondering what's going on in society. I can tell you. Man, it's too many people in these cities, man. It's too many people clumped up together. Emotions is running high. Everybody feel like my truth. And you want everybody to feel you and treat you the way you want to be treated instead of in a universal way. That's why I always said that will never work. That my truth bullshit will never work. It's a universal truth, and then there's your opinion. After that, you know what I'm saying? But people want you to be, I want you to call me Daryl from now on, or from now on, when I come by, I need you to close your eye. Just weird stuff. And all of them millions of people clamored up on top of one another with living their own truth, and they want everybody around them to respect the way they feel today instead of a universal way we all should treat one another. It's too many people up there, man. Y'all better get out of them damn cities. And listen. Random acts of crazy. Random. I can't make this up, man. I can't remember the state that it was in, like Oklahoma or something. I can't remember the state. This dude was out, go Google it or YouTube it. It's a dude outside gardening in his front yard. How old did they say it was? Like 66 years old, 60 something year old man in the front yard gardening in the morning. Some dude just walked up to him and blam blam. They said the dude ain't had nothing to do with this dude, never seen him before, never talked to him. The dude that did the blam blam, never been in this neighborhood before, nothing. He just walked up into a random neighborhood and blammed this old dude that was peacefully gardening in his front yard in the morning. Why? Because in all these people, man, I keep telling y'all, and it's coming to fruition. All these people clammed together, tensions running high, attitudes running high, emotions running high, jobs are being lost, money is being lost. The only thing that all of these people can still afford to this day is two things. Is to have sex with one another and do drugs. They all these millions of people on top of each other. And all of these people, only thing they can still afford is to have sex with one another, pump out a bunch of babies, and do drugs. It's a bad combination, man. When you got all these zombies walking around here high off of all these weird ass drugs that they keep inventing every day and doing random crazy stuff, get away from me. Get away from me. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you how I know. If I see a dude come walking through my woods, he got a whole 2 acres to get to me. And if I'm looking like this, I'm going to yell out the door, hey man, go back that way. He got a long time, even if he starts sprint running, he got a long time before he get to me. If I yell out, I got time enough to cut my camera on, hit record, and then put one in the chamber and clow. I got time. The camera's gonna hear me keep telling this fool, man, back up, go back, private property, you in the wrong place. If he come, man, I don't gotta go to court about why I blamed him. I'm clearly on the cameras telling this fool, you in the wrong place. Go that way. I don't want to hear nothing from you. Don't try to sell me anything. Go back the way you came. And if you still approach me, blah, blah. But in them cities, you're forced to be shopping next to these lunatics that's on drugs and high and you don't know. And I'm going to tell y'all, I know this is about land, but I'm gonna do this. God doggone, this is a whole nother video. I don't know what's in this weed, man. Y'all keep on thinking it's cute going out blazing. Something is in that stuff, man. Some of these people is walking around smoking that stuff, what they think is weed. And it's something else deadlier inside that stuff that's making people do crazy stuff, man. Everybody said, "Oh, it's what is it called? Fentanyl poison." No, man, I don't think so. Something in that weed, man. The dude that just blamed that old man while he was gardening. You should see his face. He like this. He in court, and he in one of them computer courts where the judge is on the computer screen. And he says, state your name. Darren Jackson. Man, gone. So everybody think that he probably been, using the hard stuff. I don't think so. It's happening too often. This little girl just blamed another girl for no reason. It's the weed. It's the weed. Cause look, if you go look at the demographic of these people doing all these stupid, senseless crime, that's the age group that's smoking this new weed. I'm gonna tell you what they do. I'm gonna tell you what they do too. They use them vaping machines. That's what they call the vapors. They caught the vapors. They caught the vapors. They using the vapors, and whatever this juice or stuff is that they put into them vapors, and they supposed to be some. Lord have mercy. People, let me tell you something. When I see somebody tugging on one of them vapors, them things and let out all that smoke that smell like peaches and cream and shit, get away from me. I don't know what you smoking, and you might start flipping out on me. I get away from people. If I'll be behind a car and I see one of them gigantic clouds of smoke come back and it smell like strawberries or something, I get out of that cloud, I hold my breath, tell everybody to go, hold your breath, and I get away from them. If the police see me driving erratically because I just swerved out of the way, police said pulling you over, you driving erratic. Yeah, I'm driving erratic because that man just blowed out a cloud of smoke that looked like it's supposed to come out of the Davis Betsy nuclear plant. I wasn't about to breathe that shit in. You need to go stop him. I'll sit here and wait for you to give me my ticket. But go see what smoke is coming out that car up there. And it smell like strawberries, sir. Please, I'll take my ticket. But whatever he's smoking, take that it off the street. I don't want me or my children inhaling that shit. Next thing you know, my kid's in the back seat, sniff that stuff up, and then my kid want to blame me because I took his Xbox. No. Something in that weed, man. Something in that weed. To me, it's the same as back in the day when I was still a nurse. You want to know it was an epidemic? The epidemic was energy drinks. Taking people off this earth. I worked in the ER at that time. And I'll never, that's too personal. But I watched, I zipped up quite a few people for having a heart attack from them energy drinks. Them energy drinks was taking young people out, man, like groceries. Like garbage. Here we are. A new thing now. Everybody's smoking, catching the vapors, blowing out that cloud of smoke. And they do dumb stuff. Let me get back on subject so we can close this out. That's why I don't like being in the city, man. Too many people walking around me with too much weird stuff going through their head. You don't know who's gonna do what. It's like walking around people and everybody got some dynamite strapped to their chest. Everybody now to me. When I gotta go into the store, I look at everybody like, man, all of y'all is a actual threat, like a potential threat. Because everybody in here, when you pull up in the Walmart drive, in the parking lot in Walmart, any store, it don't even matter. You smell that weed and you got to hold your breath, plug your nose, tell your kids to close their nose. Because, man, listen, the way I see people acting today, there's one only universal catalyst to me. It ain't alcohol. Everybody's smoking. They done messed around and made it legal and everything. And everybody that's getting it legally is getting it through those dispensaries. Now, I ain't got nothing against shrubbery. Okay, let's get something straight. I don't got nothing against the shrubs. But I do got something against this new whatever the hell it is, man. I keep telling you, that's not weed, man. Especially when it come in that little juice. That little, I've seen some come in some little juice. And when I was in Florida, I seen it come in this cream. I need to put my glass on. Tell me y'all done seen the weed cream. It's like some glue. Y'all done seen that? Have y'all seen that? It look like hair gel. Y'all seen that? It's supposed to be weed, but it's like some hair gel. That's what it looked like. Okay. I was not a dispensary. I was at a CBD oil. I'm gonna tell you where the place is too. True story. Uh, yeah, it looked like oily grease. Yeah, yep. Who was that? Who said that? Tristan? Yeah. It looked like hair gel grease, dark grease. Yeah. That's what it looked like to me. And I seen this dude. I was in Florida in Kissimmee, and we went to a place called, was it called Old Town? It's like a little carnival kind of spot. And I stopped in the CBD oil place. Now I don't blaze anymore. I don't blaze, but I do it for pain. Well, I used to do it for pain when I was a mailman, right? It ain't THC oil. No, that ain't it. No. Because, see, I was using that for pain. That ain't it. Let me tell you something. When I couldn't explain to the dude what I was looking for, because I don't smoke, I don't do any kind of drugs. You know, I drank a little here and there, but I don't do nothing. So I don't always resin. That's what it looked like. It looked like tree sap. Yeah, it looked like tree resin. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's what it looked like. Yo, I'm trying to describe to the dude what I'm looking for. And THC didn't come to my head. I was just like, it's like pain. It's like weed. And he was like, well, no, we can't say weed in here. I said, well, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to call shit. So the dude started pulling out different things that he thought I was talking about because he thought I was speaking in code for that. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And he was like, oh, yeah, that's the new da-da-da-da-da, boop-a-dee-boop. I'm like, that ain't what the hell. Is that for pain? He said, it can be for whatever you want it to be for. Oh, no, I'm in the wrong place. You're selling crack, sir. That's not what I'm looking for at all. It sounds like a drug deal, you know? Is you wearing a wire? Mug, push that stuff in front of me, and it's the real sticky. What the hell is that? Shit, you gotta check this dude. Hey, see if he wearing a wire. Strip his shirt off like the mob movies. You trying to get me caught up in something? That stuff, that gluey stuff. Man, I don't know what's in this stuff, man. You can't, listen, you can't pay me to smoke none of that. You couldn't pay. I don't care if you feel like I'm being rude or not. You pass something to me. I'm not smoking nobody's anything. Ever. Yo. Mugs ain't getting high enough anymore. So they doing stuff to what they already have. Next thing you know, your ass rolling around buck naked with some Crocs on in the middle of the street because you dreaming that you a damn hot dog on the 7-Eleven hot dog cooker. I'm cool. I don't need, listen, we gonna get back on track like this, okay? I am so at peace. And this has a lot to do with my land. I'm so at peace. Man, I don't got no reason to get high. The reason people get high is they're looking for something. They're searching for a higher feeling of whatever they're looking for, right? That's why people get high. That's why it's called getting high. They're looking for a higher consciousness of whatever the hell they're looking for. So they feel as though they have to put something in their mind to alter their mind to try to get them to that plateau. Next thing you don't smoked on something. One minute you smoking a peace pipe somewhere. You in somebody's living room smoking a peace pipe. You kind of your eyes get a little. The next minute, you in the back alley behind a dumpster, like, hey, this ain't no peace pipe. What you doing standing over me? Man, I don't ever in my life want to wake up and you got a sack of groceries in your face. One minute you you know you smoking a blunt, and then you kind of black out for a minute. You next minute you wake up in the back of a dark alley behind a garbage dump. Your knees is in garbage juice, and this ain't no blunt no more. It's a dude. Man, I don't ever want to be in that situation, man. I done seen people in that situation back in the 90s. I done seen it, man. I done seen mugs like, hey, man, you know what your dude got caught doing, don't you? I don't want to know. I don't ever want to be in a situation where somebody, hey, man, hit that. I'm cool. I'm cool. I keep my doggone Cavassier that I bought myself. I sip on my own beer that I bought myself. I don't drink no 40s after nobody, no more, nothing. Myself. I'm cool. I'm cool. I don't want to wake up to nobody else's damn beer brought in my face. I'm I'm cool. Ain't no mono getting high worth that, man. None. You wake up in somebody else's bed and you hear somebody in the shower singing in the bathtub. Do 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 do. You butt naked. You look where the hell am I? Where my clothes? Hey, where my drawers at? And it's a dude in the shower singing. I don't ever want to wake up to nothing like that, son. But that's what be happening when people go to mess around smoking other people weed and stuff these days, man. You keep waking up in strange places, man, and you hear an old deep ass voice sound like Duncan from Green Mile in there singing it's ladies' night and the feeling's right. Oh yes, it's ladies' night. Oh what a night. I don't ever want to be able to tell nobody nothing like that. Like, I don't want to have to go and confess to somebody and be like, this was happened to me. Just stay away from it, man. It's not worth it. You want to know why I don't need that? Man, let me tell you something. Everybody always think I'm either drinking or I'm high. I done got this a lot. Even during these live streams, people be like, damn, Lair, what you smoking on, man? What you smoking on? What you drinking on, Lair? What you drinking on? Because you cutting up. Life. Everybody always think I'm high. I don't get high. Man, I'm just that happy, man. I get blue and get sad and like everybody else, but for the most part, man, I love life that much that it feel like I'm high because I kind of am in a euphoric state. Man, being out here on this land, man, I feel incredible, man. I feel invincible. I feel when I'm out here on Freedom Makers, I feel like what people smoke drugs, that's what they're trying to get to, that plateau of consciousness. But I just do it by being out here on my land. I don't have to smoke nothing, and I don't have to drink nothing, and I don't have to inject nothing to get to that euphoric plateau. Just being here, knowing what I've accomplished, knowing that this is all mine, knowing that everything here is mine. I've done this. This belonged to me, man. I walk out this door and I feel good. So people always think I'm loaded and I'm high. I kind of am, man, off of life, for real. Do I drink here and there? Every blue moon. On occasion, yes, I do. But I don't drink. I don't do all that like this. I'm going to end this video on a lead farmer field trip that I said earlier. Been on here too long. Come with me. I told y'all we was going to do a lead farmer field trip, and I'm going to keep my promise. Because this is part of, come on, pup. Got pee? Come on, baby. I'm going to let y'all see why I don't do drugs. While everybody else is always trying to score the next high, it's stuff like this, man, that I love. I don't need none of that. Let me show you. You see that? I got up my post because I'm building my baby a shower. So I dug all the holes, and I got to get me 2 more posts when I go back out of town. Put in 2 more posts, and then I'm going to build the walls to my shower. And I already got the Bouge RV shower. That's already ready. I don't got to do that. And then I'm going to plumb that into my well or the rainwater. And all of this going to be, it got, see these 2 black buckets? It's going to be 2 more posts here. So it's going to be a bathroom in here, a composting toilet, and a shower. And I already got the water and everything set up. So it's going to have power already attached and ready to go. Oh, that's even a better angle right there. You can see better. It's going to have power and everything already set up and ready to go. And I was like, I didn't record any of it because I'm like, I don't have time for that. Everything can't be for YouTube. So there you go, you guys. A quick lead farmer field trip. Let me go get my pigs fed. And I want to say to y'all, we're going to have another part 2 of this. All right? Everybody, thank you for coming by. Lead Farmer 73. I love you, and I'm out. Peace.